Welcome to DC.
And here it comes. Swing and a miss. And a World Series Game 7 winning Curly W is in the books.
Dagger! It's 1974. The Washington Capitals are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions.
Don't like that. I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Despite all this, despite the churn, my approval ratings keep going up.
We are ready to give our 500% support back to this franchise, back to this city, back to this team after Snyder leaves. And then this is the poo-poo you put on the field.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life.
Did you call bank? I call game.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hello, one. Hello, all. This is DTC 378, boys. It's like a real show. 378 times we fired up the mics and said something probably usually worth listening to. Listen, I've got a lot to say, and I got a whole lot of nothing to say at the same time. So these are some of the most fun shows we have, FP. And Matt the Met is here, and I love when there's a third mic. I just do. There's a different feel. It feels like there's some aura around the shows when we get a third mic. Who know? Andy got hit by a bus apparently. Who knows where Andy is? This guy was red hot
R.I.P.
for
Andy.
I mean,
LP's still on episode 352. Like he's taped away.
Don't mind my cough as we enter week 3 with me coughing all over myself constantly. I don't know what illness I have, but it sucks. It stinks. But it is good to see you, FP. And Matt the Met, I mean, is this a welcome back? Is this a thanks for stopping in? What is this exactly?
This is what it is, baby. I'm here for now. We don't know the next time.
Maybe we'll finally hear about how the Nats are doing. Some baseball news.
Maybe. We did. I feel like the spirit of this show is just wide open. Let's see where it goes.
It is,
man.
and it has been. We've done. Look, the numbers are what the numbers are. The show is trending in a positive direction. Which, and I got to say here, thank you very much to everybody that's been listening. I honestly, there's only probably 3 or 4 people, and 2 of them are on this show right now that have listened to all 378 episodes. But what I can tell you is we started numbering somewhere around 340, and the numbers have been steadily increasing ever since. That was a little thing that I picked up from a buddy in the industry. He said, you got to number your episodes because no one's going to follow. You know, if you just type in like Redskins lose at Eagles, on our channel, there's like 30 of those. Like, which one are you looking for, right? So, there's some talk about maybe going to like a season model where we kick off, in September with the football season. That starts the new season of the show. All these things are in consideration. But, before we get into anything and everything and nothing, just a thank you from me to everybody that's been hanging out and listening. Yes, we missed last week. For those that know us in our personal lives, we were all preoccupied. We had a lot of things going on last week. All of us were celebrating Easter, right? 2 weeks ago for the non-Orthodox and last weekend for the Orthodox. So, you know what? Sometimes you just got to unplug, and I got to be honest, it was one of the best weeks, even though I was sick and coughing all over everybody.
Great.
It was an amazing week, and it was capped with an amazing Easter weekend. Perfect weather, perfect friends, perfect everything. It was great. The offline...
Meat.
There was I mean, we go vegan for a long time, so when you undo that, there's a lot of joy on Sunday and a lot of pain on Monday, and here we are on Tuesday.
Is real, gentlemen.
Yeah, and it inevitably right around Thursday or Friday of this week is when the texts start coming back saying, you know what, I think I had my fill. Like I've eaten 2 months worth of red meat. I think I'm okay. I'll tell you, for me, I've been on a chicken kick. I'm really enjoying chicken. I haven't enjoyed chicken as much as I have the last couple of days. Really just enjoying the chicken. So
actually, I hit your Dizzy Dust seasoning on Sunday for the family.
Dizzy or Wonderbird?
Wonderbird, sorry.
Wonderbird is a spectacular dry rub for chicken.
The Wonderbird dry rub.
Yes.
We did thighs and drumsticks on the charcoal grill.
Oh, love the drummies.
It was so good. I think we made a lot of food. I was like, I don't want anything. I'm taking every single piece of chicken home.
What was the rest of the marinade? I mean, you went with the dry rub. Dizzy Wonderbird is a phenomenal.
I kept it simple. I went just Wonderbird. Just like
that's
I
it.
like my
aggressive.
I like my seasoning simple. I don't like.
You're my guy, FP. You're my guy. Matt, are you a complicated marinade guy, or do you like to keep it simple with a dry one? Maybe
I've
one.
simplified over the years. I used to be very, very complicated.
Yeah,
now I just
the New Yorkers always
flavors.
seem like sauce people. I don't know. I'm not a sauce person.
I'm a big sauce guy. Love sauces. Actually, shout
Gravy.
out to the Peruvian.
New Yorkers
Every
say
shout out
gravy.
places out. There's a Peruvian place next to me here in Centerville. It's killing it. It's really good. The chicken's fantastic. It's been hard to find a good Peruvian place since El Pollo Rico. Although they're in Fairfax now, which is great.
the Fairfax one on the old Paul VI campus is awesome.
Yeah, awesome, excellent.
It's
But
great.
actually, there's one in Centerville, QATA. I guess it's
Yeah,
concept.
it's right by my house. Very, very good.
Dude. Then they've got just a Peruvian menu that's fantastic. The sauces are even top notch. Really, really. I've been eating on them for 2 days. I mean, it's that good. So like,
The Peruvian chicken scene in the DC area is phenomenal. I like
strong.
Why doesn't
When
it
you-
exist anywhere
I
outside?
was just gonna say, when you leave the area, when you're like, I just want
If we had any
$10,
business
I
sense,
just want $10 worth of rice, beans,
Dark
an
meat.
entire chicken.
I don't even want sides
go,
anymore
like,
when I go in there.
It doesn't. It was like $10. You're getting 2 days worth of food, and it's phenomenal.
Boys, I'm about to blow your mind. So this year, last couple of years, we've been doing it differently the night of the feast. We come home, we play it simple. We get some good prosciutto, some nice hams, some cheeses. We just make some light sandwiches with a couple boiled eggs, and that's it the night of.
Hold
That
on,
wake
boiled
up
and fried eggs.
Mhm.
Boiled. Not
I
boiled.
did-
and
just
fried.
hard
Just
boiled.
Boiled and fried.
Oh, that's my jam, dude. That's my jam.
Dude, that's taking me back to like.
Hey,
when I
what are we gonna
visited-
pretend it's not an ethnic mix of people
Nah,
around
I
here?
was gonna
That's
say it
the
takes me
law.
back to when I
Nobody's
would
done
visit
it.
back
Bruh.
home in Egypt. So, no, but yeah, playing it simple on Sunday at night, on Saturday after lit is fantastic. You wake up great, feeling great that morning.
I
ready
do.
to
I
attack
will
the world.
say. I will say. In my adult years, right, I have significantly toned down the feeding, the 9, 10, 11.
Immediate. Yeah.
Yeah, like one,
Yeah.
I don't actually need it, but like long are the years now of, I mean, FP knows this, like Stevie and I, we would be in the parking lot, right, until 1:30 in the morning. Like it was like our own little like Friendsgiving Easter thing with our own food and our own whatever. I'm actually perfectly fine going home. Like 2 years ago, I think the kids just wanted Five Guys. I mean, I was like, well, that's fine by me. I haven't had a
Totally solid.
I haven't had a solid
great.
burger, and then we hit it hard Sunday morning with the proper breakfast. But I got to tell you, everyone that I've tried to explain fried hard boiled eggs to looks at me like I have 10 eyes. And then when I explain it, they're like, that actually doesn't sound terrible. But when you try it, you will never go back.
So good.
It
It's
is hard
so
to
good.
go back.
It's
so good.
dude, it's
And
the best. It's the best with a little feta, a little sour cream. Oh, I could eat
It's
it
been
right
too
now.
long since I've had one actually. So now you might have
This weekend, Matt.
This weekend,
this
tomorrow
weekend,
morning.
hit it up.
Tomorrow morning. Yeah. This is the best, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's why all of this to say, right? That's why there wasn't a show last week, right? We FB and I had discussed maybe putting an OMC in the can the week prior. I didn't get around to watching the I don't even know if we solidified our lineup FP or not for the next OMC. Like we just weren't prepared. And at the end of it, we just kind of talked through it and we're like, you know what? We're focused on other things for this week. It's not the end of the world. Here we are, 378. We're kicking it back off. I mean, a lot's happened in the sports world, right? I mean, Michigan beat UConn in a game that everyone's telling me was a big deal and it was amazing. I mean, in my sphere, no one seemed to care whatsoever. March Madness seems to be dead. And again, is this us just being old heads? I don't know. But I mean, if you're
Did the
tournament,
championship even happen?
yeah, bro, it was last week. It was last Monday. Yeah, yes, Michigan
Yeah.
beat UConn, right? I mean, it was. I mean,
I'm telling you, actually, the one thing that I think NCAA needed was Duke to make it to the championship game again. Because love them or hate them, and most people hate them, it's still
they're a draw.
draws.
They're a
right?
huge draw, of course.
And even though you had blue chip programs like Michigan and UConn, I just think it lost its luster. But I think
I don't disagree with you. Going back a couple, I think a couple episodes ago, FP was the one that said it. Like the Cinderella angle is gone. Like it's dead, right? Like you don't. Not only do you not know the players that are on the court for any of the teams for the most part, because everybody moves everywhere because of this transfer portal. you also like there's upsets all the time now. Like there are no like true, just powerhouse teams that you can just pencil in all the way. And it's ironic because if you go back 10, 15, 20 years when we actually cared about the tournament, we would generally say like we don't want to see the same 8 teams make the Elite 8 or whatever it is. We don't want those legacy programs, the Gonzaga, the North Carolina, the Duke, the whatever. But now in hindsight, no, you actually kind of need that because there's 500 other Division I teams and no one's following all of it. It's impossible.
Yeah.
There's too much movement. The guys going one and done is destroying it. NIL is killing NCAA. I think, to be honest with you, like I miss the idea of like I'm gonna really go back, but like the 4-year Leitner, Grant Hill, like the guys who would stay and you'd see them struggle for those couple of years and then finally like kind of work their way, get to the Elite 8, all the way get to the Final Four.
Those butt-loaded Carolina teams where you had like
there's
Rasheed.
a story arc that you could follow.
Exactly.
Yes.
You could see that a team is transcendent. Now it's just how well can you recruit?
Well, and those players are also ready for the NBA, right? When they get drafted, when Rasheed and Vince and Antoine, when these boys get drafted, like they're immediately contributors to their new teams. Like that don't happen.
So because I know this is a wide open show, so I'm gonna pivot here. This is the thing I can't believe, right? All of a sudden you have these professional basketball players putting their hopes on a season, tanking the season completely for some 18-year-old kid who's all of a sudden going to come and say, like, how embarrassing is that as a professional that you're like, we don't like you. We don't want you to play enough. We don't want you to play well because there's an 18-year-old coming down the pipeline. One, who's going to take your job.
You're not wrong, Matt. You're not wrong.
And so it's not only is NCAA ruining itself, it's actually ruining the NBA product too. It's unlike anything we've ever seen.
It seems like you're taking a shot here at the Wizards, and I would be.
Hey, the
not
tank
just,
is complete.
not just.
It's not just
Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
it's
perfect tank season for us.
Yeah, the difference between the Nets though and the Wiz is this was a controlled destruction and rebuild from the Wizards. Like this was the plan, right? I mean, and they've been executing this more or less for 3 seasons, starting with the Beal offloading and then going from there. I personally, as a homer, like I was encouraged by what AD had to say in his end of season presser, saying, they're doing things in DC that I don't see other teams doing, and it actually means something. Not just because he used to be a stud and maybe he will get back to that status. He's played for a lot of places and he's played a lot of basketball for a lot of programs with a lot of stars. And for him to say, I kind of like what the Wizards are doing. Maybe it's just words, but I'll take him at his word that there's something there.
He's been echoing what a lot of players in this current era like that have left are saying, and what players around the league, even LeBron, everyone's saying like the Wizards, they're on to something, right? And the front office and the way that they're operating now, listen, I'm gonna generalize this saying right here, but kicking it off with the Wizards, I think DC next season is really, really primed for all 4 major teams to really have like a comeback season.
Oh, say it louder. Say it louder.
From the Wizards and their tank, and finally like the tank era is over. Now you go out, you try to.
They're in an excellent position right now.
The Caps have, like, if you're following the Caps, like you have the Ovi. Will not come back? If he does come back, whatever. But what's
your take on that? What's your take on that, EP? Real quick.
I think he's coming back.
I think so too.
Him kind of giving the wave
shooing
off
the
to
Pens. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back. I think he's having too much fun still, and that's his.
What's your
marker?
If you were running the team, do you want him back?
I'm okay with both. And I was going to say you saw sort of the shift the last few weeks where you saw really that young core of the Caps is there, and the future is right there. Like Wilson's team is right there for the taking, and I think Ovi knows, like, I don't need the minutes. I don't need top. Like, he'll still get top line, but he's like, he doesn't need the shifts and all of the attention. Yeah. But I think he's just going to be there to have fun. And if you get that version of Ovi next season where the young core is really taking over and he's just kind of in there to have fun.
Is he a liability? Like, this is really what it comes down to.
Power play, yes. Everything else, no.
Which is so ironic, right? But okay.
He just doesn't have the speed anymore for power play.
Matt, what's your take on this? It sounded like you're going the other way.
Yeah, I am going the other way a little bit. Look, one, I think career-wise, the guy's had an amazing career, top-notch career, whatever. Put him in the upper 1% of players to ever touch the ice, right? To ever
The
shoot
top.
a puck. Um, like top guy, I get your bias. That's fine. I'm here for it. I have no problem with that. I think at some point, right, if you really need to move on, like there is a such thing as hanging on too long, right?
Yeah.
Like you have nothing to prove. As a team, you need to move on. And you're in that ice time, somebody's got to lose it, right? You're the ice time that you give them, even if you decrease it down to 20 minutes a game, 18 minutes a game, whatever it is, that's ice time you're taking from some. Does he make your fourth line better? I mean, is he willing to play with your fourth line? Like that's a thing, right? So the question is like, where are you willing to put him? What is he willing to cut? But if he's expecting to play again, 80% of OV, 50% of OV is probably better than 50% of the league.
The core is so young that having him around for that one more buffer of a season, there's no way he plays after next season. Right. I don't think that.
But my whole thing is like, dude, it's okay.
If he's not stifling the growth of the team, then I would say he's a value add in the end, right? Like, I'll make a bad comparison.
Impact to the growth.
I'll make a bad comparison. Vince Carter at the end of his career, still clearly new basketball. Couldn't really do anything towards the end. That last run with Atlanta was really, I mean, he was there because he loved the game, right? He was not contributing anything in any meaningful way. But, I mean, you could say he was helping out in the locker room and like he was still around the guys and he wasn't taking away from whoever, they were trying to cultivate and groom to be the next thing in Atlanta at the time. As long as Ovi's not getting in the way, I don't see how it hurts.
Yeah,
I don't think so either. Veteran presence is always good.
They also missed the playoffs by like 2 points. Like, I mean, they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
we missed it by our own accord. We stumbled when we didn't need to stumble. If you just had 2 wins randomly 2 weeks ago, you would have been in.
Or at any point during the season. I mean, it was very close, and it was. Yeah, I mean, yes, he's not playing tonight, right? At Columbus,
he's playing.
Oh,
so that's why they threw the game on ESPN because it's potentially.
Yeah,
his last one.
But
I mean, back to the full point. But like, you have the Wizards, you have the Caps, the Nats are surprising, right? And I think they're playing better than anyone really thought they would be playing, at least to start this season. And maybe Matt can fill in the blanks here. But I think the young guys that are on this team are playing at a higher level than expected. But then also you see all of the talking heads. There's analytics and things that are happening in the background of the Nats now that we didn't used to have, right? Where now it's almost like the ownership decided like, okay, let's dial back in and
let's
give
try
a crap about this team. And now you're starting to see them sort of catch up with the rest of the league, right? Which again, like it probably not going to get much this season, but if you keep that momentum going,
well, they'll be better than they were last season, which is a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And then of course,
I think you've got CJ Abrams. Seems like he's coming into his own finally, which is really nice because they think the Nats have been waiting for a couple of years. In fact, there was even talk of trading him in the off season. So it's nice to see him sort of reward them. I think he's batting 340, 345, something like that. It's got 5 or 6 home runs already this season. Like he is speed. He plays a key position. Obviously, you have James Wood, who is a power bat and really one player of the week this week, right, for the Nats. So there's a lot to be excited about. I think the team is smart. I think anytime they've traded away a big asset, they've done really well. The Juan Soto trade they're still seeing benefits of that. And then even someone like Mackenzie Gore, like they trade and then they get a great package for that. So like there's smart things happening. I think people were concerned that the GM is younger than probably was in school with our kids, I think is kind of the thing. So people are like really concerned that the GM's young, but
he's breathing
he seems
life
to be
into
smart.
Yeah.
The manager also is very young. So I mean, I think that's the one thing about the Nats is a bit of patience because I think everybody's got to grow into their role, GM, coach, and the players. And so I think you're about a year from like really getting excited, and I think you're about 2 years from being truly competitive. Now, I think the NL East, I think that 2-year like that time frame aligns well because Phillies are getting older. Nobody knows what the heck the Mets are. As a Met, I don't know, and
nobody knows.
All I know is they're terrible. They're great at spending money terribly. Like that's what they're really good at. I have no idea what they're.
They really shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be 7-10. Like this is
so they shouldn't be, and the fact that they are is insanely frustrating because there was a lot of hope. You got rid of
But is it
four
just,
key
is it
guys.
just a slow start, or is there deeper rooted things that we're
I
starting
just-
to see early?
So it's both. So you have guys who are traditionally slow starters like Lindor. Even Soto got off to a slow start. Yes, to put up a monster year. Soto got hurt. But the lineup that they were supposed to build around Soto that we were told is going to be a contact lineup, low strikeouts, whatever, is doing next to nothing. I mean, they were
They've
a week
basically
ago, they
become
were
the opposite.
third overall in runs. Now they're second to last. Like
Yeah.
what the heck? They're not scoring runs. The pitching has been okay, but if their bats don't come alive, they're going to lose the season before it even starts.
I mean,
And, like,
the NL
it's
East at
really
large,
frustrating.
Matt, is very interesting, right? Like the Braves are expected to. The Braves and the Phillies, I think, are expected to be the top two. Am I wrong in that? I mean, the
There are
Marlins.
people who have the Mets as a World Series candidate, like a World
Are
Series.
you one of
like
those people?
Several people. I am not because I actually don't like the lineup as they constructed it. I think you need some power bats, and I don't think they have any real power bats. I think Soto's
Sure,
Soto,
one.
and I think Lindor's Lindor, but he broke his hammy, and I think that saps you of power for half a year. I don't like the Mets lineup. I'm not like excited. I think they hung on to a couple of young guys who have some value out in the league where they could have gotten some things back, and they hesitated to pull the trigger. We'll see. I mean, they could.
We'll see. I
prove
mean,
to
the
be
Phillies.
something, but
I mean,
it's
Phillies,
really
Nats,
frustrating to be a Mets fan.
The Phillies,
Like,
Nats, and Marlins are all basically 500. I mean, no one's like running away with this, right? I mean,
no one's run away, which is the
Yeah.
one hope you have. And then head to head, if you can win those games, yeah, you're still alive, right? Again, that's the bulk of your games is you're in division. So we haven't played any division rivals yet. So I think like eventually, like you've got to show when that starts. So
I mean, and just a moment here before we get off of baseball, the Dodgers are far and away the team to beat. Is that? I mean, maybe
far and away, it's
the Padres.
It's
maybe.
disgusting. Padres look really good. The Brewers are surprising once again, but it's the Dodgers. And honestly, the only thing that will stop the Dodgers is the Dodgers. It doesn't. For every pitcher that goes down, they can bring in four others.
There's like 50
Like,
that
it's
they
crazy.
sprout everywhere. Yeah, but
It's-
as far as
they also have a top 5 farm system, which explain that to me. Like, how do they have the highest payroll, the best lineup, the best
so where
starting
do you
pitching, and then
where do you
I
fall
mean, this is
on
like
salary
2000
cap?
era's Yankees.
very much.
Well, yeah, we're just much bigger numbers. I mean, but
Much bigger numbers.
I mean,
Yes, numbers that are
would baseball benefit from an actual cap?
I don't think a cap is needed because like as a Mets fan, I like that my team spends money. I just don't think they spend it as well the Dodgers spend it, right? I think the problem is when you have lazy owners on the bottom side who say they don't want to spend the money, and so you create that disequilibrium in the league that way, right? Like anybody can do what the Dodgers are doing. Anybody can throw money. The Blue Jays have tried, right?
Yeah.
But I think what you're being honest is like if I get to pick LA or Toronto, and for a summer sport, I'm going to pick LA, right?
Sure.
Like, especially when they're doing well, especially when they've got an
Yeah.
infrastructure that
But
supports
does the
winning,
league
like,
benefit? Would the league benefit from a cap of, team salary cannot exceed $250 million, right? Like you can't sign anybody else, LA Dodgers, because you're over the cap.
I mean, it probably helps the smaller markets, but then
Yeah.
when it comes to the product of what you're seeing in the MLB, it probably doesn't help it that much because those smaller markets are just that, right?
Well, I mean,
It's
the
smaller
opposite
market and
argument, I guess, would be if the NFL did away with its salary cap, right? Would the product be better or worse? Like,
So I think so. Here's where I think baseball is unique. I think baseball has often succeeded when there's a big bad wolf, right? Like when there's the Yankees to hate, when there's the Dodgers to hate, the A's of the 80s, right?
Red
And
Sox.
the Orioles. So I think interestingly, baseball has always enjoyed having these dynasties for a while, where other sports really seek equilibrium, like parity. Baseball wants parity, but I think if you're being honest, numbers wise, when there's a Goliath, baseball more than any of the other sports, it's actually really good for baseball. It's a weird thing. It's a weird dynamic from a fan perspective.
But it makes sense because there's so many games. Like, who are you going to put on TV? 80 out of 160 games, right? I mean, it's the main 6, 7, 8 teams. Like,
I mean, you could kind of say the same thing for the NBA is they like it when there's that Goliath out there, right? Like the old school Lakers, the old school Bulls, the Knicks.
Sure, but again, you have a salary cap in the NBA. Like, you can't just keep. I mean, the NBA salary cap doesn't make any sense.
No,
doesn't make any sense, right? So, like, one thing I would like, the NBA salary cap annoys me to like. So when the Warriors won their championship the right way, in my opinion, right? They drafted well. They brought in Curry. They brought in Thompson, Green. They had some vets around them. They won that first championship, lost the second one, obviously, and then they go and they sign the next best free agent out there, right? They get Durant. People blame Durant for going to the Warriors. I think that's stupid. I think you want to play with the best team that'll pay you, right? So, but then the problem with the salary cap is all of a sudden, as those guys get better, you can't pay to keep your own guys. So You're actually penalized for being successful in the NBA more than in any other. You actually have to start, getting rid of guys or putting.
But I think that's what makes someone like OKC, right? And what Dawkins was able to do there is pretty freaking spectacular, and he's doing it again now in DC. Like, you structure these deals in a way, and Golden State wasn't able to do it. Like, they ultimately had to let Clay walk, right? And it was the right decision, I think.
Clay walked
for both
because he was injured. It was the right decision, right? But at its height, you ultimately have to make a decision. Do we pay to keep our own guys? Like, at least,
well, the Wizards paid to keep their own guys, and they ended up paying for it by sucking for 10 years, right? So
you have to have patience with it,
and you need to spend on the right people. But like, I'll be honest, the Supermax deal, like, with the NFL, you can make the salary cap whatever number you want. The TV deals, like the NFL is still very much in its heyday of eyeballs watching the product. The NBA is not in that same position. They keep signing. They basically keep taking advantage of ESPN to pay them a ton of money to put the product on the ESPN network. And then this season they added Amazon Prime and NBC, and like there was, I mean.
Where the hell is the game tonight? Sorry,
I don't know. I don't. You asked me when you came into the green room. You're like, "Hey, I'm looking for the game. Does anyone know where it is?" I'm like,
"It's on Prime."
I have no idea.
Right?
I had no idea it was on Prime. I was like,
"It's on Prime." Yeah.
Old school.
And the irony is the Prime broadcast is actually excellent because it's in 4K, and they're talking heads. They actually do a pretty good job on the Prime.
Dude, Iron Eagle is awesome. Iron Eagle's great, and with Van Gundy. But you have a problem. Like it shouldn't be hard to find your product, and you're making it impossible. It's so stupid.
We say
and
that,
then
but,
to your point,
but with playoffs starting in the NBA, like it's gonna suck us all in, especially if it's the playoffs we've gotten the last 2 or 3 seasons.
We've had good playoffs. Defense. We've had good playoffs with defense.
It's like 2 different leagues, right? Like regular season, nobody pays attention to, but then once you get into an actual playoff,
but this is all LeBron's fault, man. Like the regular season. I'm sorry, like the regular season and the load main. There was something I saw. I think I saw it on Barstool. Like the best way to avoid teams from the best way to dissuade teams from like openly tanking is to have a variable pricing model on beer sales in their building. Did you guys see this? I thought this was genius. This was genius. At the beginning of the season, beer costs whatever. Pick an $8, whatever it is. Okay, like every single stadium has the exact same pricing for the exact same product. With every win, you can increase the price of beer by 10 cents, and for every loss, you decrease it by 20. So, and they played this whole thing out, and they basically said by the end of the OKC season, dynamic beer pricing would have been around $18 or $19 a beer. For the Wizards,
but I get the part.
Beer would have gotten sloshed for $25.
It would have been 20 cents. 20 cents a beer to go to the MCI Center and drink. This is how you do it, because now the owners don't make any money. Like you cannot you can't spend money you don't earn, and you can't earn any money if you're literally giving away beer. Now, and the flip side of this, the added bonus to this crazy model is a team like the Wizards that stinks and nobody wants to go to the games. Guess what would happen to attendance for Wizards?
Would go.
Everybody would go and care.
You'd at least make the gate
The happy hour of sports.
So I thought it was a genius proposition. Now, of course, it's completely not doable, but something like that would absolutely impact your attendance, like getting people into the building, but also like you have incentive not to lose. I think was it you, Matt, or maybe it was Razzle? Somebody 20 episodes ago said, like, you take the bottom 4 teams and then you actually make them play for the lottery is not Deloitte ping pong balls that we don't get to see anymore.
Great idea.
You take the bottom 4 and you have there's a separate play-in tournament. You play for the worst. Like, you have to win the tournament to get the 1 seed.
You have to win to be the worst. Yeah.
But that could lead to a lot of shenanigans where you're a middle 5-6 seed team. And one season you're just like, we're gonna.
You're right,
but
at least I would see it.
We're gonna.
But at least I would see it.
We're gonna dominate.
At least I would see it. It's not that freaking alien Adam Silver just pulling an envelope that's predetermined 2 hours before. Like, what is this? What is this?
The idea that winning the next 18-year-old is better than winning the championship is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
How many of those number 1 picks hit?
Recently, 0.
Like, seriously, how many?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Risa Shea and
Cooper Flag's gonna hit.
He's gonna hit. I mean, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but he's not.
But go back to the year before,
right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Sarr.
He's had a rookie year. Like,
Flag's been fine. Flag's been fine. But Risa Shea before him and the Alex Sarr draft, like he might not be in the league in 2 seasons.
Yeah,
he's terrible.
What are we doing? We're hanging, like, again, like, guys, I mean, we're all professionals. I just imagine, like, our bosses coming to us one day, be like, look, we've got this guy coming up we really like, but in order to bring him on, we need the team to suck so we can make him feel better about
metrics
him
to
coming
be terrible.
Like what is this? Like, this isn't. What is that? Like,
the game? I sent you boys this. Did either of you see the clip I sent you?
Oh yeah, that was incredible. I couldn't.
Was it I gotta pull it up. I don't even want to misquote it. Was it the Blazers?
It's the Grizzlies and the Grizzlies and the Jazz.
That was
incredible.
The Super Bowl of tanking. I mean, it set all kinds of records. There was a quadruple double that featured 10 turnovers. That game is for the ages. For the ages. I mean, what a wild. I mean, I forget what the player's name was, but he had a minus 46 during his, like, he had a minus 46 when he was on the court, and he played all 48 minutes. They didn't even sub him out. It was basically, it was 8 jabronis and 2 Jags playing against each other, and it was.
That just makes me give credit to the Wizards for finding a way to
tank honorably.
With
honor. With honor. Yeah. AD's had a twisted finger since January when they acquired him. Okay.
I'm good with it.
No, I'll caution you guys just on the tanking with a plan. The Nets have been doing it now for 10 years.
It's not the same. It's not
the
same.
They got Kyrie. And then
hold on,
but that was tanking without the mindset of tanking.
They didn't have any draft picks, Matt, because they traded them all away. And then they got a couple of them back when they moved Durant again. But remember, they basically traded all of their draft picks. Like it was just a different situation. Like
they tried to build a fake big 3 that didn't work out, and then they got forced
twice because they tried to do it.
Actually, wasn't a fake big 3. It's actually a legit big 3 that just didn't work out because they're all ridiculous.
Are we talking about the Garnett big 3 with the Nets, or are we talking about the
no? I'm talking about the KD Kyrie.
You can go back.
Yeah. There's been like 2 or 3 big iterations of Nets.
Look, as a fan, you tell me we're getting 3 guys like of that caliber, I'm gonna get excited, right? But then they're firing coaches. They show, to your point, they're not playing I get that you brought KD on. The first year was a loss. He didn't even play because he had the Achilles injury. So his first year was just a rehab year. So okay, fine. Second year, by the time they played 11 games together. 11 games.
What's Durant's legacy in the NBA? Like, when we look back on his career,
Skittle jerseys.
I mean, I hear you on that, but like when you assess him as a player, like he's rarely ever considered in GOAT conversations, and I I mean,
it depends on what kind of GOAT, because he's a GOAT of different stripes. So like as a pure scorer, he's definitely one of the greatest for sure. The guy can score from
He's
anywhere.
a sniper.
The guy is a scorer. I mean, the guy knows how to get the ball.
He can hang his hat on his Olympic accolades. He's probably GOAT
but
conversation
also,
when it comes to Olympic basketball players.
I think you've been spoiled to think that a guy at 6'11" or 7 feet with that kind of handle, that kind of shot, can score from anywhere. I actually love Durant. I think the problem with Durant is not his on the field. I think the problem with Durant
it's off the court
is
stuff.
how he brings the off the field onto the court. Right?
It's the burner. It's the burner accounts.
Yeah,
it's the.
I think that's what people are bothered with.
Yeah.
But purely what I love about Durant is he loves basketball and he's great at it. Right, and that's his whole thing is kind of like, leave me alone. I just want to play basketball because I'm great at it. I'm one of the best
as a
ever
Wizards fan, I think his legacy would have been that much better if the KD to DC movement actually happened and he came here and he was that piece, that anchor to hold on to while you did the rebuild and everything that we're doing now.
You would have
everything you're doing now with a KD, even if he's older. His legacy,
the original KD
massive.
to DC would have paired him with a backcourt of Beal and Wall.
Yes.
Right? He would have been the replacement for Paul Pierce. And holy smokes, man. Like if
you find a way to keep
that would have been fun to watch.
together.
It would have been fun to watch. And legacy wise, it'd have been like the LeBron to Cleveland if he would have won, right? Like,
well, what's terrifying now is LeBron's
knocking...
talking about the Wizards, right? As like, and I don't want LeBron talking about the Wizards. I want LeBron and his ugly toes to retire. I'm done. I'm done watching LeBron and Bronny. I can't, man. I can't even force myself to do it. And I got to be honest. How many times have I said it on this show? Like I'm a basketball first guy. I grew up a basketball first guy, not a football first person. And I cannot watch like. The current NBA product is so bad that I mean, I struggled to sit through a whole game, and I cannot watch LeBron. I can't. I want to watch Luka, but every time LeBron comes and he does his thing and then the ball thing, like I can't, man.
Like he was like playing golf. I think it was like a Barstool video or something. He was playing golf and he was talking about how some stat guy told him that he's played against 30% of all NBA players all time.
I mean, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's insane.
I mean,
that's insane. Luka's either in Spain or Slovenia, depending on who you ask, but he's supposedly getting treatment. He might be back for the playoffs. We'll see. So,
yeah, but am I the only one with LeBron fatigue? Like I'm done. I'm done with LeBron.
No, but I will say if LeBron can will this,
he can't.
This Lakers roster
he can't
out without his stars.
He can't. He's not that player anymore.
But if he can,
no, he actually may become that cautionary tale of somebody who just holds on 1 or 2 seasons beyond when, like, he's no longer great. He's still doing great things for a 42-year-old, but he's no longer great. You know,
I think his greatness is in the context of his age now, right? Like this idea of like, wow, look at what he's doing at 42.
It's the Brady,
not the way
it's the
Tom
Brady
Brady
thing.
had it.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's actually very similar. Like Brady,
well, Tom Brady had the age,
maybe Manning,
still performing.
maybe Peyton.
Yeah, even Manning.
Peyton fell off pretty quick.
If Manning stayed one more season, yes. But Manning left.
That last season for Denver was a tough season, man. He was throwing ducks left and right.
It was a tough
like he fell off really fast.
To your earlier point on the state of the current NBA, my son comes in from soccer practice. I have the game on, the Hornets and Heat game on. And literally, I think there were 7 threes in a row. I think at one point. He's like, why is everybody just shooting threes? I was like, that's the NBA today.
I know. I'm dying, man. I am dying for someone to reset the league. And like, it's crazy because we grew up. Sorry, man. I just got to get this out. We grew up watching, like, we grew up in an era of, like the Twin Towers, right? Duncan and Robinson, right? And they're gonna win games, 87 to 83, like, and they're just gonna get a ton of blocks and whatever. Then we have Yao Ming and Shaq. Like we have these we went through an entire like big man centric era, and then the Suns come along, right? And they start doing the 3-and-D bit with somebody like an Amari Stoudemire who's shooting threes, but also can play under the basket. And if you remember, like Sean, what was his name? Sean Marion, The Matrix, right? And like Steve Nash, like very fluid. Like everybody plays that ball now. I feel like we're on the precipice of a reset with what Resachet was supposed to be, but like with an Alex Sarr. Like there are some bigs right now that are doing
Sarr, Wemby,
like
all of
big
these,
guy. I mean, Wemby is.
But even Wemby's a freak. But like even Wemby's taking 8 threes a game, 9 threes a game.
But like
you know,
it just feels like there's a little shift back to like
slight shift.
But the only thing I'll say about that the era you were talking about, sorry, FP, the era we were talking about earlier, is even with Ewing, Robinson, all the centers you were mentioning, right? You still had
Mutombo,
Jordan
Olajuwon.
and Drexler, right? You had Magic. You had Bird. So you had skills at every level, and you had these different skill sets, and you had to guard each team differently based on the skill sets that they were bringing to each.
Today
game.
you guard every
Today
team.
you
the
don't
same.
have to.
Yeah.
Today you just guard everybody at the 3-point line. Right. And because everything starts out at the 3-point line. So it's like, what are we like? There's almost no creativity right now.
Well, you also, I was going to say you used to have completely different offensive styles.
Yes.
Team to team to team. That is not the case anymore. Like you could go to any team and immediately pick up the offense because
the Jazz were running a pick and roll. The Sonics used to run a heavy pick and roll. You know, the Bulls were running obviously the triangle.
The triangle
you had,
offense.
I mean, and everyone had different defensive sets, right? The Knicks were famous for running a box and one, basically, where like you could do whatever you want. You're not going to score in the paint, right? And the Charlotte Hornets of old adopted that model with Larry Johnson. Like there was so much. You're right. There was so much strategery in basketball that we don't have anymore, and I don't think we're going to see it until you get rid of. Ironically, the dinosaurs now. Like you got it. Like this era of LeBron and Durant and Westbrook. Like they got to go. Steph. I mean,
I blame Steph. I love Steph. Steph is my favorite player playing right now. I blame him. He's the reason everybody's.
Yeah, I've said it and I'll continue to say it. Like Jordan put basketball on. Like Jordan elevated the entire sport. Steph changed it. Steph has completely Steph's impact from a legacy perspective on the game is so much more profound than Michael Jordan's. And I know, but it's the reality. Everyone shoots threes. Everyone thinks they're Steph, right? And I'm starting to get worked up here because in this, we've had this conversation in the offline chat, and nobody wants to show up and talk to me.
To have this conversation,
Steph's not even the best shooter in the NBA, right? He's just the one that was the best at doing his very specific thing, and he's the one that popularized it. But he's not even the best shooter in his era. He's not the best shooter. You know, I said what I said.
Who's the best shooter of his era?
Dame is a better shooter than Steph.
Oh my God.
Kyrie is a more complete point guard than Steph. I'm ready. Listen, I've been chomping at the bit since November for this.
I'll give you, but he's not a better. He's no
Dame
way
is a better shooter. Prime Dame is. You people sleep on him because nobody watched him because he plays in stupid Portland. And then he was playing in stupid Milwaukee. And now he's back in stupid Portland and injured. This guy is the best actual shooter in the league.
I think it's insulting to say we don't watch the games. Number one. Number two. The amount. So the thing about Steph is not just the types of shots he's taking. It's the quantity of shots that he takes.
I agree with you on
also
quantity.
The quantity that he makes. Do you understand?
Ray Allen went from being a high-flying dunker to a three-point shooter. I mean, he did it too. And Steph surpassed him.
But to go 50, 40, 90 as the type of player that Steph actually is crazy because he's not people don't think he's an all-around player, that he shouldn't go 50, 40, 90, right? 50 from the field, 40 from three, 90 from the stripe. Like that he is, dude, bar none, the best shooter of his era. Everyone who's played will tell you the same thing because it's not just the types of shots, it's the quantity by which he was making them. His shooting percentages until he started getting really hurt toward dude, no one had hit 300 threes.
You can't penalize Steph for identifying where the game was and catering his game.
He deserves a ton of credit. He was a nobody coming out of Davidson. Like he was what he has done is incredible. My whole thing is if you just need one, like if you just needed a point guard, I think Kyrie, his contemporary in this era, will forever be overshadowed and overlooked by Steph. And I think that's wrong because Kyrie, in his own right, he better handle, better defender.
So you're saying in a hypothetical world, the 3-point line is gone. No more 3-point shots in NBA. Steph doesn't break top 5 of point guards that you would want on your team.
Why would you want Steph on your team if there's no 3-point shooting?
I get it.
I mean, he early in his career, he had the handle was there and the defense was there. I'm just saying over the longevity of their careers, Kyrie in this era, like their contemporaries, it's Dame, it's Kyrie, it's Steph. I think Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is completely this guy averaged a triple-double 3 different times in his career.
I agree with you on Russell that I think the skill set of Russell and what Steph were doing are very, very different, right? Like,
sure,
Russell is
fair.
Okay. So, and look, I love Russell's game. I think the idea, again, the 2 seasons or 3 seasons of triple doubles, that's unheard. Well, now Jokic is doing that stuff, but like still,
sure.
Also think about that,
fair,
right?
Fair.
Think about how nobody's talking about who Jokic is, right? But
the guy who hates basketball and wants to watch horse racing, it averages a triple double.
The thing about Steph that really boggles your mind is not just what he does with the ball. It's the amount of attention he gets off the ball.
I'm with you, man.
But he's not, he makes so the thing is, like, I know it's not a quantifiable assist in that way, but his team gets better shots because of him, because of his, whatever, I forget what so my point is, like, just the attention that they pay to him opens the shot. So yes, he's not passing them the ball, getting the assists in the old sort of point guard style, because of his presence, his team is better.
So since we're on this topic, I'm going to ask the loaded question that I've been dying to ask anybody, basically since like Christmas. How do you compare him from like era to era? Like within this era, I'm with you. Okay, we can, again, the 4 or 5 guys I listed, they're all the contemporaries of this current era, and we could debate, better handles, better shot, whatever. If you take Steph and drop him into the late 90s, is he still Steph Curry?
I think so, because I think shooters will shoot. That's my point. Is like who, like in the late 90s, nobody was thinking about. Dude, once
you had a 3-point,
you had court line
in the 90s. You had like the 3-point specialist on your team, right? You had the Steve Kerr.
You had the Steve Kerr who was taking 4 threes a game.
Yeah, because the game was different.
What I'm saying is,
sure,
the game is different, but
way more physical.
What I'm saying, you throw, but Steph isn't against. Steph takes a lot of hits inside. Like, I think I would love for people to watch more Steph. Steph is not just a 3-point shooter. I think that's what he makes the 3-point shooting look easy, but he can create on the dribble. He can create for his teams. He goes to the basket. He gets knocked at the basket more and doesn't get fouls called on him a lot. And I'm not just like a Steph sympathizer.
How would you compare?
But I'm telling you, just
how would you compare?
You're saying Steph, Joe. You're saying Steph. If he's going against like a prime Gary Payton, is he going to be able to get off the 3-point shots? Like, that's what you're saying. Like, if he's going against like a Pippen or any of those Mookie, whoever, like,
if he's going up against a prime Jason Kidd, a 6'7" guard standing in front of him, I don't.
Jason Kidd's 6'2".
He's not 6'2".
Or like Stockton just gets
Stockton. I don't know if Stockton's staying in front of him, but a guy like Iverson. I mean, I will always go back to Iverson. For me, he's the best point guard I've ever seen. With my eyeballs, play the game. You're just not going to convince me that he's not going to D up anybody you put in front of him. Even White Chocolate. People sleep on him too. Mike Bibby was a phenomenal point guard that nobody ever talks about. Absolute complete stud.
Okay, stud. None of those guys are Steph Curry, and they will tell you that. Iverson has said that himself.
I mean, our own DC's own John Wall played very well against Steph the 8 times they got to face up against each other, right? I mean, look, I'll give you another wizard that is criminally overlooked. Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas would have eaten Steph's lunch every single time they played. There is no chance. There is no chance Steph can guard Gilbert Arenas. It's not possible. It's not possible.
He okay, maybe he can't guard him. I'll give you that. He can't guard him, but he will drop 90 on him. like easily.
No.
Like dude,
You're disrespecting Bill, man.
To play Matt's side of it, Steph, if his game is going against these 90s defenders, Steph's game would be introducing deeper and deeper and deeper threes that they're just not prepared.
But not just that, motion,
And that's
non-stop motion. Do you he would wear these guys
Iverson
out.
moved a lot, Matt.
Yeah, but the
I'm talking
defenses
about
as a
off the
whole
ball.
wouldn't have been
The off
prepared.
defenses weren't ready for the way that
that's
Steph
fair.
Curry moves.
Sure, the game is far more fluid today. You're right.
But what I'm saying, if that was his style, is he will work and he will outwork you to get to his shot. The thing is, he goes up against everybody's best defender, and he still does what he does.
Well,
Joe.
and that's the Jordan argument for me, right? And this is for me, like when I know I always catch heat for this, right? But like Jordan was an excellent defender. He regularly asked Pippen to go guard the best on the other team. Steph usually picks up the number one on the opposite team, and he has to deal with the number one. But for me, like this is
I would say Clay, when Clay in his health would guard the number one. So Clay, when he was healthy, would always guard the best guy.
The reason
but Steph was always getting the best defender on him.
The reason I will forever respect Iverson is he always got the number one and he always guarded the number one. And it was the same with Kobe. Kobe never passed off that responsibility to anybody. He was out there whoever was the other team's top guy. Kobe, same with the Olympics. Like he never, maybe also he never had somebody to be like, hey, you go deal with it. Right. But like people forget, like Jordan, this is not to crap on Jordan. Pippen is a top 50. Pippen is a top 50 player in his own right that nobody talks about.
Absolutely. No, Pippen, I agree. Pippen deserves more credit, but I'm also like
Pippen
Jordan
was a more
defense.
Pippen was a more complete player than Michael.
I mean, all defensive player first
Pippen,
team 92 to 99. Like that's an unheard of stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying both Jordan and Pippen were making all defensive teams.
Pippen
that duo was unlike
Pippen
anything
was taller,
else.
he was the better defender, and he had the better three-point shot.
But also the game was more
also the better
forward
passer.
and center focused, right? A little bit slower. So like anyway,
but Pippen also got to do what he did because Jordan was right
Jordan.
Because Jordan. We also know the comparison of errors is
90s.
silly, like it's foolish,
basketball.
and we can't go like it doesn't add anything. Like we can speculate all
2000 Lakers
never play against each other.
Forever the best team to ever step foot on a basketball court. They're not losing to anybody. That was prime Shaq, prime Kobe. It doesn't matter. Dude. Like you couldn't guard it.
I need to shift gears.
97 Bulls.
I mean, this is my favorite. This is my favorite segment of the year.
Joe's gonna romanticize 90s basketball.
I'm gonna watch NBA Classic basketball tonight.
There's a new documentary for the Jailblazers that just came out on Netflix.
I've seen the rolling scroll. I think I will check that one out.
You're just gonna make you fall in love and romanticize the era all over again.
I mean, the Jailblazers were that was a crazy team. That was Rashid and Pip and was it Rod? No, it wasn't Rod. Who was the point guard on that team? It was somebody crazy. Let's see if I can find it.
Stoudemire? Was it Stoudemire? Damon Stoudemire?
Damon Stoudemire. Was it?
Might have been.
Rashid, Stoudemire, Bonzi Wells.
Oh, Bonzi! Darius Miles, I think, was on that team.
Quintel Woods.
How do I find this?
Look, I think the reason we keep going back to the old
Sean
NBA
Kemp.
is because the current NBA is, but there are a couple guys. I think Steph, for me, Jokic is something special. Is really something special. Like Luka, I think, is doing some pretty special things that I think people are losing sight of because he's such a complainer. Like, and it just his attitude is terrible.
You learned that from LeBron.
Matt was right. It was David Stoudemire. It was Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, Derek Anderson, Scottie Pippen, Damon Stoudemire, Zach Randolph. Man, that guy was a beast in his own way.
Dude,
old Arvydas Sabonis.
Dude, wasn't he also like selling weed or something like during game? Like
Ruben Patterson, Jeff
Jeff
McGinnis, Dale Davis. I mean, Ruben Patterson was a baller too. I mean, I
miss Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp
Dude just had,
but he was one of those ones where you go back and watch his highlight reel. It's not spectacular. Like we remember it being like Rain Man, and but then when you actually watch it. It's not that good. Like
that's because you're rewatching it with the lens of today's NBA.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he did one thing, and he just did it hard, and you loved
Yeah.
it. And you loved it every time.
Yeah.
He's like, I ducked the ball hard. Like, that's it. Thank you. Do that.
But
Like,
Chris-
there's
but
no.
Chris- but Chris Webber
Now you
was a
have dunkers
better-
trying to shoot. And like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
everybody.
That's
you
true.
know, just do like put him inside, knock somebody down, and just dunk on him and stare him. Stare
You're
him
not
down.
honestly. You're not
And-
wrong. You're not wrong. But you know, God, I wish somehow we can force the NBA to like you can only you can take as many threes as you want, but they don't count for 3 points after you made your team after you make 18 in a game, they don't count anymore. That's it.
Or you limit the number of 3-pointers per quarter, so you only get kind of like the pickoff throw at to first, like, but you can only take the next one if you hit it, and if you don't hit it, you get a tag. So like you get 15 threes.
That's not a terrible
bad
one.
I wouldn't
You
mind that.
Or allow
You get 53
goaltending only on 3-point shots.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't count as a block. They
something's gotta
just don't count. They just there's
That'd
no
be-
penalty. But only on 3-pointers.
Or create hot spots where you get 4 points if you're in the paint.
7 points. But
Well, I mean, they can't. They
In the
can't.
paint.
Yeah, I mean, they can't move it anymore. I mean, it needs to stay where it is. They just got to find a way to,
But
somebody.
so I think pragmatically, I understand the idea that if I'm going to shoot the ball from 18 feet for 2 points, why not shoot it from 20 and get 3? Like that makes sense to me. Like that shot is not as good, but
Oh,
the mid-range
yeah,
is gone.
You swear
completely.
that these guys can shoot mid range anymore. Like
that's my point.
a
Nobody's
Duncan
trying
style, like off the glass elbow, is gone. Ain't nobody can do
The
that.
guy who still does that better than is 2 guys who still do it better than anybody: DeRozan and Durant.
Yeah.
Those 2 dudes from
Durant
the
kicks
mid-range and it's actually really pretty to watch. Like it's weird. They pull up in the
Well, because the defenders are confused. They're like, I'm only used to getting dunked
Because-
on or
yeah,
shooting threes. Like,
exactly.
what are you doing in the middle here? Like, what is this?
What are you doing stopping over here?
I didn't
And,
learn
like,
this in my
Marcus-
1 year in the NCAA.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Dude, those guys are rechanging the game, taking it back
Hey,
to
this
its origins.
Heat Hornets game is
Yeah, I'm about to flip it
Pretty
on. How much
spicy
how much
towards the
time
end
left
here.
here? How much time left?
10 seconds left.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
worth
I
it.
want to flip it on here. Anything you want to plug here, FP?
No, I wanted to eventually get to the NFL and finish my point.
All right. Well, we can
About-
stay. Let me put
about
the game
all
on
four-
there.
About DC teams being
All
like,
4
yeah.
DC teams are about to have
Well,
a
hold on. Well, actually, you know what?
wake-up.
We can't end yet. Tomorrow's a big day here in DC.
big day.
We
Yeah.
have the unveiling of the new old uniforms, which I'm very
New
excited
old
about.
uniforms. Hopefully the W goes away and you get a spear. I think you're gonna get like a weird spear slicing through the W.
I think we're getting a
situation.
spear also, but I will say if the colors are no longer ketchup and mustard and we return to, and I don't want maroon either. I want burgundy and gold. If we can do
Yes.
that, then we're definitely moving in the right direction.
It'll be exciting to see what all the versions look like.
I mean,
and
there's
what the
been
new
some
helmets look
that
like.
cream puff color helmet. I know you weren't
hate
digging
that
it.
thing. I hate
I
that
thought it was sweet.
It is the ugliest
off-white
looking
was sweet.
cracker box looking toy helmet I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, do we agree that the best uniform that they wore last year was the white top with the actual burgundy
the Super
pants?
Bowl era. Yeah.
Yes,
That is now going to be the base for your new white
Okay, then I'm on board.
primaries.
I'm on board. Apparently, the Giants also said they're going to be moving more towards the. I don't know if you saw this, Matt. They're moving back to the classic, the blue shiny helmet with the red lettering,
Yeah,
which
with the
is
red
long
lettering,
overdue. I like
Yeah.
that red, white, and
Some-
blue color scheme for the Giants, and that helmet in particular, one of the prettiest in football.
Dude, it was classic, man. Like some things just don't need to be messed with. I get marketing dollars and all that other stuff, but it's just come on, man.
I
Just
mean,
leave
as
some
long as
things
the
be.
Giants aren't wearing khakis on the field anymore, I think that's a plus.
You're sleeping on the Giants. I mean, I can't wait till we actually do some preseason predictions. I think they
Well,
are.
we got the draft is right around the corner.
I think they're going to surprise some people, man. Like you guys,
I don't know what to make of them yet. I have no ideas. Yet.
I'll give you some names to watch: Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors. I think you got something there,
It depends
right?
on what
You have a
version
real
comes
coach.
back.
And the Titans. I got to be honest too. I low key love what the Titans did this offseason with their coaching staff.
You're missing. I'm surprised you're missing this one of Kirk in Oakland or Vegas.
I mean, we
Yeah,
talked about
I
it a
like-
little bit. I thought it was a good move for him. I mean, he
it's-
continues
it's-
to
I
rewrite the
mean-
book on what salary negotiations should look like.
Yeah.
This guy has never
all I
played
can
a
say
season
to
with.
Kirk is I like that. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I can say is I like
this guy
that.
has never played a season in the NFL with a non-guaranteed contract. He's been in the league for 500 years. It's always been fully guaranteed. Like, how can you fault him?
Did you see the
Good people
72
win.
hours
That's
in California that Diami posted? It was like a 20-minute YouTube clip.
It was him and
72
Jaden,
hours. Him, Jaden, and Terry.
and Rashad White.
And Rashad White. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, just watching that, and this will be my final note of the show, but like just watching that is like the aura that you were missing last season going into the season, right? Like the guys together, healthy, right? No Terry contract dispute, having like Diami come back and guys creating chemistry with Jaden rehabbing and understanding now, like, I need to build my strength. I need to get
Jaden
in
looked
gym.
good
I
in
need
the
to
flag
put on-
football game.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that either. I mean,
but I think, like, just to finish the point from the start of the show, like all four of these DC teams, they're poised, they are positioned that next season improvements across the board, which DC fans we need. Like after this past season, with the Caps missing the playoffs, the Wiz doing their tank, the Commanders being trash, and I mean the Nats last season, right? Because they're in the start of their new one. Like it was so hard to be a DC fan. Like such a sharp crash.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even talk about what FIFA has done to the World Cup. I mean, the World Cup, there's no buzz.
That was going to be mine.
Charge more money. Charge more money.
All right, Matt. What's your final thought here before we wrap it up? Hit me.
Let me just say this. America and FIFA, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all for real. You took what should have been the greatest thing to happen on the U.S. grounds from a sporting event perspective, and you've completely destroyed it. You've destroyed it for the real fans. You've made it impossible to enjoy. I literally am talking myself out of buying jerseys, talking myself out of buying tickets, because you've made it untenable. You've made it impossible. You know what? I'm sick of catering. Like, look, we live in Northern Virginia. It's not a matter of rich and poor, but you've made it impossible for the regular fan. I mean, it is a matter of rich and poor, but you've made it impossible for the regular fan to enjoy the world's greatest game.
Matt,
this was your opportunity to actually shine.
Don't bury the lead here. They took advantage of everyone that had the pockets to buy tier 1 tickets, promising sideline seats. Nobody got sideline seats. Everybody's behind the goal. Everybody. And then those seats became, last minute ticket sales for $1,500 for two teams that you do not know who they are yet.
Right.
That's not right, man. It's not right.
No, it's not right. It's embarrassing, honestly. Like, it's weird. USA, you don't even have a team that's worth watching. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, the team is so bad.
So for you to even try to gouge people the way you are, like at least if you were Argentina on some level, gouging people because there's the chance to see Messi win it again on your home soil, the USA team's not going to do anything.
But as a fan,
anyway,
it's cheaper for me. It would have been cheaper for me to go to Qatar and watch a game than it is for me to go to Philadelphia, 2 hours from my house to watch a game. To watch an actual World Cup match.
Apples, but to your point, I actually went to South Africa for the Confederations Cup. I had tickets to 7 of the 8. I had tickets to 7 games. Each game ticket cost me $50. I remember the whole package.
I'm saying, as Americans, it's got to be cheaper to just go abroad. Like,
my South Africa ticket was like $1,000.
Who gets the World Cup next?
And my tickets were like $200. That's not one ticket at this World Cup.
Oh, you're not even close, dude. I mean, the get-in price now is what, $600 for the cheapest.
Shame on you. And then what's worse is now you have the Metro. You have like everybody else is jumping in on.
Yeah, we're gonna at least we get to charge a lot for the tickets, but we're also gonna have terrible infrastructure to go with it. So
I mean, correct. America is not Europe. Like you can't just. Like even like I saw some of this too. Like the Euros that are coming over are saying like I'm going. Like a lot of them are going to New York, and they're like, "Well, okay, but the stadium is not in New York, right? In Houston is the size of Portugal. So when you're like, we're going to see the game at Houston Stadium. Houston Stadium is 46 miles west of the city center. It's literally like being in the center of Lisbon and then going to the coast. Like it's a different. You're almost in a different time zone. Like
New Jersey Transit just determined that they're going to charge $100 for people to go from New York City to the Meadowlands. It's like an 8-mile drive.
How can somebody from pick a country around the world? How can somebody from Morocco come to America? First of all, how do you even get into the country right now because of the current immigration situation? But then assuming you get here and you find yourself in Houston or in New York or in Philly for that matter, you're like the price of your trip, transport and ticket has to be $5,000 or more for one match.
Yeah, it's not going to translate. And then the American fans aren't going to be able to
Americans
carry
don't
the
care
brunt of it and show up because they don't care.
They didn't care in '94.
So this is gonna be like the emptiest FIFA World Cup games we've ever seen.
I've been every time I've gone to my parents' house the last couple of months, I'm dying. I attended in 1994 a World Cup match between Belgium and Saudi Arabia in RFK. I have the 2 ticket stubs from that game. I cannot find them, but I'm dying to find them so I can bring them and wave them in everybody's face. Because I've actually been to a World Cup game in America, in DC, in RFK.
What's the value of printed on the ticket? $20?
I want to say, don't hold me to it, but I think it was probably $20 or $25.
It's insane.
My dream, I've always wanted to do a World Cup game. And then this year I was like, I could take my dad, right, who obviously brought me into soccer, and my boys who I've passed the game down to, right? Who's gonna drop $5,000 on not even $5,000, like $7,000 on 5 tickets? Like I can't do that. I don't care. Like I can't and I won't do that. I'll just sit.
Especially
I'll bring my dad and
you don't know what you're gonna see. Teams
exactly.
You don't know anything.
It's such an embarrassment what's been done, and I love soccer. I always love the World Cup. I still think it's the greatest tournament. I think this year, 48 teams is way too many. I think we're going to see some bad games, unfortunately. So you've got that. The thing is, you up the games and you still charge premium. Like if you would have decreased the amount of games, then okay, you could say premium pricing because there's less games. There are now more games, and you're still get price gouging. Like it is despicable. And there's this weird part of me that almost wants to see the World Cup fail on some weird level.
I mean, I hear
so
you,
that
man.
we learn some sort of lesson, but I don't think FIFA is going to learn this lesson. And I don't know, but also last point on this. It might be a product also of how US ticket-based price goes anyway. Like the way we price tickets on demand, other countries don't do that. Other countries, like if you go to a Premier League game, tickets are standardized, right? The cost of a ticket for the most part is standardized, and you don't have these secondary and tertiary markets that upsell. Well, you might have some of that, but like the face value is the face value of the ticket, and it's reasonable, and it's for the people, and it's for the local cities that are around those stadiums. And that's why you build a connection between the city and the team. And that's why the Premier League is what it is. And it's similar in other countries in that same way, where the pricing model, the pricing model of the way we do events here today is
I'm with you on this. And the next World Cup in 2030, I believe, is also 3 countries:
Morocco, Portugal, Spain.
Oh, yeah. Sign me up to see anybody play in Casablanca. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be cheaper for me to fly there, hang out in a 5-star, take a tuk-tuk to the match, eat some amazing food, have some amazing coffee, and come home.
Ride a train to any of the countries.
It's actually very interesting. They'll probably leave it to the Euros to figure this out. I'm sure they're going to be running ferries basically between, like nonstop, basically between the north coast of Morocco and the southern coast of Portugal and Spain. They'll figure it out.
Aren't they also doing because in honor of the 100th anniversary, aren't they doing a home game in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay?
I thought I saw
so
that.
So there'll be one
too.
game there in each of those countries, and then it'll go over to the host nations after that, which is interesting.
You're right. Opening games will be Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay.
That's the U.S. The U.S. should never have another Olympics.
The 2030 World Cup is going to all over.
The L.A. Olympics are going to be a disaster too.
Also another disaster impending disaster.
Like people don't realize how big America is, and generally speaking, how little Americans care about sports outside of the big four, really outside of the big two.
It's not based on Africa's huge too, and they did just fine, right? Like,
well, it was one.
Dude,
it was
I
South
saw some
Africa.
real-
It wasn't.
I know,
it wasn't
but-
Africa.
I know, but like South Africa's huge.
Yeah,
in
you
its
know,
own
it
right.
put the entire World Cup in the state of Georgia or just in SEC country, it would be fine, right?
Yeah.
Like just SEC stadiums only, right? Or Big Ten stadiums only, 100,000 people at the big house. That'd be cool.
Would've easier, yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, do you know how far Mexico City is from Toronto? Like, you can't be in both. You can't.
This was an epic failure. It doesn't even matter what
It's
happens
FIFA,
on
bro.
the field
It's
anymore. This has been an epic failure, and they really should be ashamed.
Wait till they get
And
wait till they get to our stadiums too, and they see that
How run down they are.
I mean, listen, President Trump said it during his first presidency. He's like, people don't realize it because it's America, but the infrastructure here is third world, right? Yes. People are gonna go to Mexico and see what soccer stadiums should look like, and then they're gonna come to SoFi Stadium and see what are they gonna do in SoFi? They're gonna roll out
multi-purpose
turf.
concert.
Like it's not the same. I'm sorry, it's not the same. And then DC not even hosting a game. I mean, I know FedEx stinks, but like it's the capital of the country. Like we should have one, you know?
Yeah, it's and again, I go back to saying like, what kind of passion is going to be there? I don't think you're going to have passionate fans.
No, I think you're going to have dead
priced
stadiums.
out the traveling fans, and you're not going to have
if the
fans
U.S. team was good.
Yeah, like it's
but the U.S. team, you'd be traveling to see the U.S. team. I'm saying in general, the fans of the sport cannot get in the building. What kind of atmosphere is that possible? I mean, maybe at the last minute they do something. I mean, look, on a very weird, very, very weird tangent, just go with me here for a second. We're seeing the same thing play out with TKO and WrestleMania, which is coming up this weekend too, right? Like they were adamant about their pricing and we're going to do this and this and this. CM Punk went on the microphone a couple nights ago and was basically like, hey, no one's coming to this thing. You've ruined our sport. Fix the pricing and people will come. TKO had no option but to drop the pricing, and then suddenly the tickets started selling, right? So maybe FIFA pissed off just enough
ship
people.
Has sailed though. I don't know. I like how many rounds of ticket sales have they done? Like
they've done 3. Nobody. I mean, 50 apparently, right? Like nobody can keep track of all of it. But like the biggest slap in the face is selling tier 1 sideline seats for a premium, having people pay the premium, and then when they get their tickets issued last week, nobody got sideline seats. Everybody's sitting behind the goal.
You know what's going to be a bigger slap in the face? The rest of the tickets, corporate America this, corporate America that, celebrity A, celebrity B. So I've got to sit there and watch multimillionaires be at this game just because of the press, and I want to be at that game because I care.
They're going to be giving tickets for free,
right? They're going to get them for free,
and everything and all the sound. The sound will be piped in because the people won't know the cheers. They won't know anything. They can't do anything.
I have some very terrible words for them that I will refrain from speaking. So, that sucks. But anyway,
all right, just let it.
No positive note we want to end on.
No, yeah, this is a great show. Like I got no complaints. This is a great show.
Nah, we hit everything. We hit
all 4 sports. I love it.
Yeah, sometimes these when we say we got nothing, we usually have something. You know, this is pretty good.
That's something. Yeah.
FP, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Matt, you good?
Great.
No,
a little depressed, but
I mean, a little
I'm
salty.
all right.
He's a little salty. He's a little salty.
Somebody put some extra salt in my meat.
Okay.
This week,
Episode 378 in the books. Thank you, Matt the Met. Thank you, FP. My name is Joe. Get the show wherever you get your podcast. Just search DTC. Patreon, first and foremost. It is the easiest and probably best way to find us. You can interact with the show. There is a chat there as well. It's got all the photos. It's got all the TV promotions. It's got everything. Everything is on Patreon. It is completely free. Just join and search DTC and subscribe, and you'll get a little notification whenever the show gets published, and it's always published there first. Thank you for hanging out with us. Until next week, my name is Joe. Thanks again. We're out.